Guess what time it is? It's time for some ghoulish bites. Trick or treat!
Come on in. Have some late night treats for the mind of the spooky ghoul.
So yeah, I can't believe we're already on episode 30 of the Thick and Spooky Ghouls. Thank you for those of you guys who have been with us since the beginning. And we hope that you are enjoying the topics today. So we had some really fun Easter SCPs that we discussed today for our topic with Miso. She covered the SCP, I think it's 4033, which is the Cadbury cream egg, which lures people to eating it so that it could kill them. And then there is the SCP. What was the last one that we just did? 1325, which was the Easter frog who loved to lay some Cadbury-like eggs for people to consume so that they can continue to exist and procreate. So you know. But we've got Miso coming back now, and we had Neon covering some pretty fun topics from deja vu to wow, my brain just shut down on the effect. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, here they are. Let's go say hi to everybody. Hello. What'd you guys think of the topics so far today? Did we have fun?
I thought it was a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun too. And it's funny you mentioned a list, and I scrolled down on a wiki page I had open and talked about one of the most Mandela effect movies that I still can't believe that it wasn't a thing. And I'm sitting here like, that was something I could talk about too.
Which one?
It is Shazam, starring the comedian Sinbad.
Oh yeah, yep. That's
I
really
still
popular.
believe that existed. I could have sworn I watched it. But can't find it anywhere. But yes, I remember that. Yeah.
I think it turned out it was connected to a commercial where he did play a genie or something like that. Because even Sinbad came out like, I didn't play anything called Shazam. I was like, no, it can't be. You
I
did.
don't know what you're talking about, please.
You did.
But like I said, I feel like they changed something in the timeline, and that affected a specific group of people, and it glitched out and changed something else that already existed in our plane. Like, there was a lady that talked about how she jumped into a different timeline because she had these bowls that she collected when she was working for Starbucks, and they were like these fruit bowls or whatever. And she's only had one of each one. And she's had them for like 12 years, right? So she's always had one blue, one red, one yellow. And she realized she timeline jumped because when she was taking out her bowls, she had two yellow ones now. And she's never owned two yellow ones, and she doesn't remember ever owning two yellow ones. But yeah, so she has two yellow ones now, one blue and one red. And she was very much like, I jumped timelines or something changed because I just got a bonus bowl that I didn't even know. So I just thought that was crazy.
I didn't have this. This is not mine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When
So,
did I get this?
in the Ghoulish Bites, you guys already know, we talk about our favorite snacks and then we get into some really weird topics. And I have like 3 really crazy topics. But for my favorite snacks lately, I'm still trying to find my comfort food. I had to stop taking my medication that I was taking, and then it took me a while to get my appetite even back. And now I'm trying to eat again, and I've been craving so much sushi. It's ridiculous. Like, I want sushi almost every day. And if it's not sushi, so that's like my big hyperfixation right now is sushi. And I've also been really craving my new favorite candy, which I'm going to show you guys what these guys are because I don't think everyone's seen them before. But you guys know Sour Patch Kids, right? They're great, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I have these that we found called Sour Patch Kids Chews. And each one comes in this
Interesting, okay.
individually wrapped candy, right? And then when you open this candy, it looks like this right here, right? Look how, like, yeah, so it's like a chewy candy. But when you cut it, like when you cut it open and get into it, the inside of these have the sour sprinkles, the sour sugar sprinkles outside of the Sour Patch Kids.
I like that.
So it's
Okay.
inside. So it's not
Interesting.
so it's more of like a chewy taffy rather than a gelatin rather than the gelatin ones, you know, where it's the gelatin
Witchcraft.
like it's the gummy with the sprinkles. This one's the taffy with the sprinkles inside, but they are Absolutely great. I have been obsessed with them. Here's a little picture illustration of what they look like on the inside. See, they've got the.
I think they're pretty good.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, these are really good. So these are like my favorite candies right now. They're my favorite candies, and I really, really like them. And we found a grocery store, a little store near us that is owned by a local business, and they have a bunch of retro candy and a bunch of weird candies and retro sodas. So we've been making visits there quite often, and that's one of the places that I can find these is there. And the other place that we've been able to find these is like Five and Below. We've found them in Five and Below once or twice before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love
that
these.
place.
These are currently my favorite, like candy, and especially like when you get the munchies where you're like you've been partaking in the green flour, like I have been, and you get those
Right.
like you want to eat something like sour candy, and so these hit the perfect texture, the perfect thing that you want while you're craving. And these are hitting that part of my brain really well. So it's the same thing with grape flavored things. I really like grape flavored things because it satisfies me the same way that's when I'm like craving snacks. Hello, Cortra. It is witchcraft, you say. They're delicious. They're amazing, and I like them a lot. So Sour Patch Chews. I'm not sponsored, but I'm just expressing how much I love these candies. And everyone that I've shared this candy to has been like, "This is the best." I know it's so good.
Yeah, they
So
sound good.
They do sound delicious.
Ah, they're so good. So if you guys find some Sour Patch Chews anywhere, I highly recommend you try them and see if you like them. How about you, Miso? I know that sugar is something that you love, but you cannot have. So, what have you been
Yeah.
snacking on lately?
So I actually found these protein bars. They're Quest protein bars. They're cinnamon puff or something like that, but they're really thick and they taste a lot like cinnamon toast crunch, which is awesome. I love that. Has like no sugar. It's like 1 gram of sugar, which is really nice. And then I've been eating a lot of these what are they called? It's spelled HERRS. It's hers jalapeno cheese puffs. They're delicious. I love them.
Ooh.
They're delightful. We had a food truck coming to my job, and they have them on there, and that's where I found them. And you can get them from like dollar store or something, but they're super good.
Oh yeah.
I love a good cheese poof. That's
Mm,
really
me
it.
too.
Honestly, I haven't been doing anything crazy.
How about you, Neon? What have your current cravings been?
My current cravings have been peanut butter, actually, peanut butter and chocolate.
I've been
Fair.
craving
Always
chocolate
good.
cake, okay, but it's crazy because like everywhere I look for chocolate cake, it has too much frosting, too much going on, you know? Like I just want
Yeah.
like a chocolate cake that's moist with like a thin layer of chocolate frosting on top. You know, that's what I want. And every single
Right.
place is like, "Oh, let's add this and add." And I'm just like, I can never find just chocolate cake. So it got to the
Yeah.
point that I'm just like we went to the store today and I grabbed myself like a box of chocolate cake, and then I'm just gonna buy some chocolate frosting and then frost it as very little as I want, and then just eat it. I might not even get frosting. I might just get some Hershey's, the Hershey's, the things you make chocolate milk with, the syrup,
Hmm.
the chocolate syrup. I might just do that,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
chocolate syrup, like drizzle it on top of the chocolate cake. But I just sometimes I just want
Yeah.
chocolate cake, just plain chocolate cake. I don't want cherry
You
in
can
it.
always get
I
a
don't want
jar of like fudge.
raspberry. I don't like
Just
fudge.
drizzle a little fudge on it.
I don't like
Oh, okay.
fudge, and I don't like
Fair.
I don't like fudge, and I don't like brownies. I don't like the texture. It's a weird mouth feel for me, and it just triggers like my gag reflex. I don't know what it is, but I just can't do the density of it all. So that's why I like chocolate cake because it's like
Right.
I get that hit of chocolate that I'm craving, but it's like more in a cake format, I guess would be it. So I really love chocolate
Right.
cake. And I get cravings, and everywhere I go, they don't ever have just plain chocolate cake with plain thin layer of chocolate like frosting. Like that's all I want. But no, they have to add all this extra crap. It just frustrates me. Oh my god.
They don't know how to
She
make
likes her
a snack.
ghoul sticks, not her fudge. Yeah, the fudge, I don't know. The fudge, I can only eat so much. Like, I can take a bite of fudge, and then I'm like, okay, I can't eat anymore. Like, I just can't. It's just too much. Too much. So, I've been craving a lot of chocolate cake, and I'm realizing that everywhere is just doing too much with chocolate cake. Just give me plain chocolate cake, you guys. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, just give me plain chocolate. I'm sure it will be very popular. And then the best place that has chocolate cake that I'm craving, whenever I'm craving, unfortunately, is Jack in the Box. They have like the chocolate cake that I'm looking for, but
Interesting,
I
I've never had
prefer my
theirs.
own one. But yeah, So that's my cravings, and
I would say, even though I've been craving a lot of chocolate and peanut butter, the chocolate that hit really hard recently, which I wish we had more of, was we get this chocolate mint ice cream, and
Mhm.
they normally have, the kind that we get, the mint ice cream, and in the middle is like a big chunk of chocolate. And for whatever reason, that combination hit so hard, and I had some maybe like a couple of nights ago, and I had to take my time to be careful because I didn't want to hurt my tooth again from frozen chocolate. But I was like, man, I wish we got some more. I should have told my mom to get some from the store today.
Careful, careful, that chocolate cake might be an SCP and its purpose is to like force you to eat it so it would hurt your teeth. Like that's its like little game. So I'm just saying.
That's right. You never
Just
know what
saying.
could be SCP, honestly.
Now that one chocolate chip was an SPC
Everything.
and jammed up my teeth.
Yep, probably. Yeah, probably. So I got a couple topics for the Ghoulish Bites, you guys, and they're kind of crazy. So, but it's gonna get from really, really like nice and airy to really intense and dark and sad. So, I like the voice change and the tone change. Yeah, this is the transition point to the serious topics that we have for Ghoulish Bites today. You like them intense, dark, and sad. Is that why you like me so much, Papa Cortra? Is because I am a dark, sad, and intense human being.
But there was a reason why I made that face, because I thought about an actual moment of double. What was it? What was we talking about? My brain is Mandela effect. Wow, Mandela effect in my brain. There's actually a moment my mom and I both share a Mandela effect, and we're still trying to figure it out today. But we've already talked about the subject. I missed it. I just thought about it. I didn't think much of it just now. Go ahead.
Well, talk about say you definitely should bring it up for sure.
Yeah, that's part of the Ghoulish Bites. Is if there's anything that you missed in your coverage of topics, you bring it up during the Ghoulish Bites. That's kind of the whole purpose. Is we can expand on the topics even more. Absolutely. But then I have 3 crazy topics that I really want to talk about after, because they're pretty intense and pretty weird. Very, very weird. And like I said, my perspective has changed after seeing what I saw last week. It hit me in a like being able to peek in the veil was a whole different experience and has changed my perspective rather quickly. And like it was already shifting, I guess, but that was like, oh fuck. That was like the moment that was like, oh my god, what is my life? Go on. What did you remember for your topic with the Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and I watch anime together. We used to watch anime together when we had cable, and years ago we watched Yu Yu Hakusho. Anyone y'all watched before?
Is that what was known as Ghost Fighter?
Yes.
Hold on. Is that the one that's known as Ghost Fighter? Hold on.
I haven't seen all of Yu Yu Hakusho, but I've seen like
yes, it's Ghost Fighter. In the Philippines, we knew it as Ghost Fighter, but yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So there was a moment my mom and I remember watching in I believe it's called the Dark Tournament, where what's his name? Oh my goodness! What was the fox name? Do y'all remember? He had the rose whip.
No.
Oh.
Oh God.
Karama. No,
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Karama is actually his true form name, but oh my goodness. Okay, Yu Yu Hakusho characters. I need to see his name like right now. Like I literally see his face, but my brain is not braining. Allies. Not demons. Also, real quick, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I did make a special like I was shocked, and I kind of felt like I left that open, so anyone watching the podcast on YouTube is like, "Why did he make that face? What happened?"
Kurama? It's Kuromi.
It's Kurama. It's Kurama.
Kurama.
Okay,
yeah. I said that Axis had said the name too. I was like, no, it's not Kurama. But we have the whole DVD. We have the whole series.
And it's not there.
And it's not there. That is like the strangest case of the Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
The whole last scene is just gone.
No, that is wild.
Yeah.
But it's like, especially because you both remember it. So
I might actually revisit. That makes watching that anime. Hello, T-Shane. Welcome in.
Yeah.
I need to finish it. Me and my hubby need to finish that shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we remember seeing Kurama fight against one of the demons in the Dark Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And he transformed, like I think I remember. Hello? Oh, my computer. I think I remember it was that he transformed into his white fox demon form, his true form, and he slowly walked down the enemy he was going against before he killed the enemy. We got the DVDs a few years ago, and we watched the entire series and did not see once that scene. And to this day, we
Huh.
are convinced that that scene happened in the Dark Tournament with Karama. Please do. Maybe there's a copy that we have that just leaves out some scenes or something, because like I don't know. Remember that too vivid.
Yeah, so I don't recall an anime ever triggering any part of my brain that was like a Mandela effect or I know that in movies I remember
It's very
things
interesting to both
differently.
experience that.
Like for me, in movies I've had that situation happen where like, wait, no, that's not what happens. Wait, no. Or I'll feel like there was something at the end of the credits and then I wait till the end of the credits and nothing's there. I'm like, no, there's something missing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've had those moments, but I've never had them for an anime. So, but I've had it for movies, and I've had it where I was reading a book and I'm like, have I read this book before? Because of the fact that it's so familiar, but you know you haven't read it before. But yeah, it gets like
Right.
that sometimes. So yeah, the Mandela effect is pretty freaking crazy. So on to the topic. The
It
first
really
topic
is.
that I wanted to talk about was, have you guys heard of the fact that there are missing scientists that
I
have gone
have. Yes, I
missing?
have.
All right, so
I
there are
actually have
now,
not. I'm learning about this when you told me. I was like,
yeah,
well, what?
so there are now a total of
Well, dead or
15.
missing.
There are a total of 15 missing or dead scientists now, and they all have similar, like they all kind of worked in a specific department. They all worked with aerospace or with NASA or something along those lines. So all
Nuclear
of them is there.
science. Yeah.
So yeah, there's 15 so far that's gone missing, and I'm going to list all of them and what their positions were. But then I also learned that in China, three of their scientists that are working in the same fields of these people have gone missing as well, like just disappeared or missing or passed away. And so there's just a weird thing. And so we're gonna start. I'm gonna do in timeline of disappearance, but right now I just think it's really really weird because as of now we have 15 missing scientists or like 15 missing or dead scientists that all worked in the same fields. And we're going to start with the first one who passed away in 2022. Her name was Amy Eskridge. She was only 34 years old. And
Oh.
she posted a lot of videos about the experiments that like she would do some things and she would like talk about some of the things on her videos and how she would explain some of the theories and some of the things that she worked with. So she had a lot of videos that was that she was posting. And like her last video before she died was like, I am not suicidal, I'm not this, I'm not that. And then she was just talking about it. And there was like a segment where her hands were burned. And she was talking about her hands, which looked like they had like chemical burns. And she
Right.
said that I love my life, I'm happy, I have no plans of ever harming myself. And then they report that she died in 2022 of a self-inflicted gunshot.
Right.
So she's the first one to go missing. And then the next one that went missing is Michael David Hicks. He was 59 years old and he is now deceased. He worked with NASA as a JPL physicist. He worked with asteroids. He was an asteroid and slash comet specialist. He was a part of the DART project, and he died in July 2023. He worked on major space missions, including NASA's DART project, and tested whether, and this project specifically tested whether asteroids could be deflected. So that's the second scientist that went missing and is now deceased. Then the third one that went missing, also deceased, is Frank Mywald. He was 61 years old and he passed away. And he worked for NASA as a JPL. He worked with microwave radiometry. Like he was a specialist for microwave radiometry, and he died in July 2024. And according to his obituary, he specialized in space science. So this is another person in the space science field that just disappeared or passed away. You know, like it. Yeah. So that was the first death was in 2022. The second one was in 2023. Then the third one was in 2024. And now we're on to Anthony Chavez, who was the fourth one that was reported missing. He is still missing. He's 79 years old, and he was a former Los Alamos National Laboratory foreman, and he's been missing since May 2025. And he was last seen leaving his home on foot without any devices, without phones, without anything. He left on foot with nothing. Yeah. Yeah. And he's been missing ever since.
Strange.
Okay, the fifth person that went missing is Monica Reza. She was 60 years old, and she is still missing. She was another NASA JPL, and she was an expert in materials processing, and she's been missing from California since June 2025. Reza was last seen hiking in the Los Angeles forest with a companion. Police say Reza was about 30 feet behind the person she was with, smiling and waving. When the person turned back around, she was gone. The rescue team searched for days, but her body was never recovered. And Reza was an aerospace engineer who worked on burn-resistant and high-strength metal alloys. She also had connection to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Also, with Amy Eskridge, I want to state that she was also a part of. She was in Huntsville, Alabama. She did some work at the University of Huntsville, Alabama, or University of Alabama in Huntsville. So that's where she went to school. And there's going to be that place is very important because it's going to come up for a lot of these people that are missing as well. So,
okay.
The sixth person that went missing was Melissa Cassius. She was 53 and went missing. She was a Los Alamos National Laboratory administrative worker, and she's been missing since June 2025. She forgot her work badge and decided to work from home that day. She took her daughter to lunch and then disappeared. Cassius was last seen walking alongside a highway without her phone, wallet, or keys.
Again, so walking out with their phone, wallet, or keys.
Then
interesting.
We have Joshua LeBlanc. He was 29 and was now found deceased. He was a NASA nuclear scientist, and he died after a fiery crash in rural Alabama. Last year. And at the time, it caused suspicion among the family members. He died in a fire crash inside of his Tesla, so they found him burning inside of his burning Tesla. And that was in July 22nd, 2025. Right. The crash happened in Huntsville, Alabama, where his Tesla was found burned beyond recognition at about 2:45 in the afternoon. The Alabama law enforcement agencies told Fox News Digital the vehicle collided with a guardrail, then several trees before the vehicle burst into flames. So that's the seventh person. You okay there? You falling asleep there, Neon?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I normally get tired around this time, and so I'm just chill. My sleep schedule has been terrible, but I'm listening and taking it all in. This is
all right.
This is very interesting.
The eighth person that's gone missing is Steven Garcia. He was 48 and is currently still missing. He was an Albuquerque-based government contractor, and he's been missing since August 2025. Then we've got Nuno Loureiro, who was 47 years old and is deceased. They were an MIT Plasma Science and Fusion Center director. He was killed in December 2025. He was a nuclear physicist at MIT, and he was shot dead in front of his home on December 15th, 2025. So someone shot him in front of his house. And the shooting has been attributed to the rivalry with another scientist. So they say that the other scientists put a hit on him because they were probably exploring the same field. So,
fields, yeah.
Then number 10, we've got Carl Grillmar, who was 67 and deceased. They were a Caltech astrophysicist. He studied exoplanets and dark matter. He was killed in February 16, 2026. He was shot in his front Porsche. Gilmar was known for his work on collision of galaxies and search for water outside of the solar system.
So, yeah, there's definitely a theme developing here. There's definitely a little theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little theme among the missing and dead. A little bit.
11th person
really?
missing. This is probably the most famous that I knew of this person prior to this. Like, he was probably the most famous. His name is William Neal McCaslin. He was 68 years old and is currently missing. He's a retired U.S. Air Force general who specialized in aerospace, and he's been missing since February 27th, 2026, and he was in New Mexico. Rumors about McCaslin's connection to alleged UFO programs sparked questions about his missing case and his possible connections to other scientists on the list of missing scientists. William McNeil wrote a lot of he had a lot of books. Hold on. He wrote a lot of books and he just disappeared. So yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Actually, no, he's not
Right.
the most famous. Sorry, I got him mixed up with someone else. You guys, I think you guys will realize the name when I say the name of the famous guy. All right, so at least famous in common knowledge, probably famous in their field, but probably for common, like for
Right.
people they don't. So that was not that. Sorry, I got him mixed up with someone else. That guy was okay. So that's not him. All right, the next person that went missing, which is the 12th person that went actually not missing, deceased. His name was Jason Thomas. He was 45 years old and he is now deceased. He was a Novartis pharmaceutical research, and he was found dead in Massachusetts in March 2026. He disappeared in December 12th, 2025, and his wife reported him missing when he didn't return home. His body was recovered from Massachusetts Lake on March 17th, 2026. Now, this is the popular guy, and like I said, if you guys find them familiar, it would be that. The next person that went missing is David Wilcox. He died by suicide on April 20th. He was a paranormal media personality and an alien researcher and writer, and he died by suicide near Netherlands on Monday. Police said that the day before his death, Wilcox posted a YouTube video, video that stated that other scientists like him has gone missing, and it was concerning to him. So that's David Wilcox. He was.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know who he is, but I heard about him.
He's been in
suicide and a police standoff.
He's been in Ancient Aliens, the show. Ancient Aliens TV show. He's been in there, so that could be So he's one of the more popular. He has a lot of books that's been published. But yeah, David Wilcock, if you guys didn't know. But
I heard about him killing himself though, and because he was in like a standoff with the cops, and he ended up taking his own life. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, so he wrote so many books, and so actually a lot of these scientists that I mentioned have made an appearance, or have like at least 3 of them have made an appearance in Ancient Aliens, the TV show, which is one of my favorite TV shows. So
that checks out.
All right, then the 14th person that's gone missing, actually is no longer missing, is dead. Their name is James Tony Moffat. He was 60 years old and deceased. He was a decorated veteran pilot. He was an aerospace engineer and a defense researcher, and he was killed in a private plane crash in South Carolina on April 17th, 2026. It wasn't just him. The entire family was flying on this private plane, and all of them are dead. The Moffat family was flying from Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area to Huntsville, Alabama. So they were heading to Huntsville, Alabama, is like the common denominator here. And they reported that the aircraft that the aircraft stopped in Union City or Union City in Union stopped on Union County to refuel, and yeah, so they were really really popular. Like there was a lot of news reports because they were also a very well off family. They were millionaires, and their entire family died on this plane crash. And so in this plane
Yeah, that's
was
tragic.
himself, his wife Lisa Moffat, who was 61, his son Andrew Moffat, who was 30, and then his youngest child, William Moffat, who was 28. All four of them died in this plane crash. And then the
Wow.
15 scientist who died is Andrew Moffat, which is the son of James Tony Moffat. He was 30 years old and he died. And he was not just the son of
Also
James Tony
scientist, huh?
Moffat. Andrew was an up and coming researcher, and he was a research engineer and a scientist at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Research and Engineering Support
A little
Center.
2-for-1 on that one.
So same place as Amy Eskridge. So
So
a lot
suspicious.
of these scientists that have gone missing or are deceased seem to be connected in a very strange web from the companies that they work at, from what they were researching to um, to Huntsville, Alabama. So who knows what's going on there? And it's kind of crazy. But that's the 15th scientist. I'm surprised. Like they're all over my feed, but that's because I'm really, really into like that part of the media, maybe.
Right.
But I just
That
thought
or
it
the
was.
moon.
I just want to know what they know, and I want to know why. And there's some
definitely
theories. There's
odd,
some crazy
at minimum.
theories that say that
Oh, I'm sure.
they have found a way so that humans can't be reliant on fossil fuels for oil and energy, and they were able like they were getting into the direction of doing something with magnets and another way of developing energy that doesn't require fuel.
Right.
And so a lot of people are under the suspicions
Which is always a
that
threat.
they're threatening the big oil companies, and
Big
that's
oil,
why
yeah.
but these people are very important people because I feel like they are a part of what we were supposed to naturally evolve into, you know, like they were a part of whatever was supposed to build us to whatever our future goal is, and I feel like our growth has been stunted, and losing all these people that are like, it makes you just think. So I just thought it was very interesting, and I thought it was also very weird, but there's also a weird connection. There's lots of theories about what's happening with this. So yeah, so that was one of the
Definitely.
topics that I wanted to bring up because there's a lot of weird shit that's happening, and there's also
I have seen a lot about it on like TikTok and on Twitter
yeah,
and all those things.
but also like the other thing is there's also so many people that are just like, oh, it's just a distraction. It's just a distraction that the administration is trying to throw out there to kind of get them off the case of the Epstein
Of
files,
course.
etc. Like there's all those people, but at the same time I'm like
I mean, I think it
pay
helps them in
attention.
that sense, but I don't think that they did that. I think it is something else, and I think it's definitely it would be a weird coincidence for all these same fields and like very similar scientists
I
and
just
things of that nature to be dying and disappearing. I think that's
I just think it's
odd
very, very strange. I'm
at
going to
minimum.
mention this right now. I think it's very strange that a lot of them started to go missing as of last year.
2022.
No,
Yeah.
only one person was in 2021, but like one person in 2022, one person in 2023, one person in 2024, then 2025.
Then I start rapid firing. Yeah.
Like it's just rapid
Yeah,
firing
totally.
in 2025, and then 26 it's continuing to like it's just happening in such a very very interesting time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
Oh, absolutely.
so that's one of the weird things that I wanted to talk about, and just to inform people, just to be like, hey, this is information you might want to hear about.
Strange.
Just be aware. Just
Yeah,
just
just
pay
so you
attention.
know.
Maybe see if I don't know. But it's just me explaining something that's happening in the media that's being circulated and being talked about, and the different theories behind it. But I think it's weird. I don't know why, but a lot of people think it has to do with big oil. So I love my life. I have no plan of going
Somehow
anywhere.
it always does.
So yeah, I love my life. You guys have plans of staying very, very much here. I'm very happy with my life. Just a heads up right now, saying that.
Big say.
Flip it, save it forever. All right, so
just for the record.
That's
Just
one weird thing. Now we're moving on to the second weird thing, you guys. So, is Bigfoot real? And are they migrating? Is the question. I ask you this because as of March 6th through 12th this year, there have been a large amount of Bigfoot sightings. Like, in the sense that there's like one every once in a blue moon to this is like within March 6th to March 12th, which is like a 6-day period. There have been 8 different sightings from different people of seeing 9 to 10 foot tall Bigfoot-like creatures. And they all seem to be heading southeast. Why? Some people are thinking that they are going into the massive network of caves and underground caves, and they're heading over there. And I just want to mention this because on top of like the sightings, people have reported the very like a very strong musky odor has been like lingering in different parts of the woods, especially closer to Montua and Newton. Yeah, and there's lots of large footprints that are too large to be human that have been found, and all these sightings that are happening is literally trickling down the map, heading southeast. So it's funny because a lot of the sightings are coming from Ohio. When some like miso, have you seen Bigfoot in your area? But yeah, so
Not yet.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of reported sightings happening in Ohio, and this was reported between March 6th and March 12th. There was a total of 8 sightings, and it seems that the Bigfoot Sasquatches are heading down, and they're probably looking for a network of caves and going underneath. But part of me thinks that we should take that as a sign. Like in nature.
I was literally, you read my mind. I was going to say, like, it seems like they're retreating from something.
In nature, when animals do that, it means that they sense that something is about to happen. They have the foresight and sense to be like, we are in danger if we stay here and we have to migrate elsewhere to stay safe. And they just have a sense, like, whenever you see the videos and you see the rats going away from the direction you're heading, and you're just like, maybe I shouldn't go that direction if the rats are going away from it. Maybe just follow the rats, you know, just go and follow the rats. So a lot of things are kind of making me, from the awakening of the new Gaia spirit, that's also a big talk in there, that the old Gaia spirit has basically stepped down and replaced it with a different Gaia spirit. So there's a lot of talk about that in the New Age community as well. But just the patterns of Bigfoot moving down. Part of me is like, something big is going to happen that the Bigfoots are like, we need to go underground. So that's
just retreating to the cave systems. Not great.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about, but maybe my next topic that I wanted to talk about today has something to do with it.
Oh, it's not my camera.
Maybe all of my topics that I brought up for this are all possibly going to be related. Uh-oh. Miso turned off her camera.
1 second.
There we go. All right.
Try and get back in here.
So, these topics I take...
It's fighting me.
Yeah, so these topics I take with me to say, was Baba Vanga correct in her predictions? Let me...
I think you mentioned her before.
Yes, I mentioned her predictions, and maybe everything that I was just talking about might be related to this, the list of her predictions. Shall I start? These are copy and paste predictions that I had from my Baba Vanga notes that I took from my previous notes and put in here. All right. So these were her predictions. Her first one was that the 44th president of the United States would be the last US president. And that was Obama. And after Obama, who took over the White House?
Yeah, current president.
Yes, right? Okay, so her prediction that the last president of the United States was going to be the 44th president, which is Obama. And then Trump came into office. And then that's when it seems like everything started to, like, he probably planted some seeds in there that led us to where we're at right now in his first thing, you know? So that's one of the predictions. And so that's one of them. And then one of the other ones was that Trump would end up passing away from an unknown virus, which will lead his vice president to run the country because he will be physically unable to run the country himself because he is not well.
Oh, let's hope not.
Then another prediction is that there will be alien contact that happens during a large sporting event. So just think about that.
That'd be wild.
And then there was a prediction of a big war that will happen in Europe, and it will have very disastrous results for the continent and its people. And this was also predicted by Nostradamus himself, by another person that had sights. And he predicted that Europe would get into a war that will end in a disastrous way. Okay? And then another one of her predictions is that unidentified large country will be using biological weapons in warfare.
I really don't want. I'm currently playing through the Resident Evil series. I really don't want BOWs to exist.
I don't need to picture this.
We do not need BOWs to exist.
You guys ready for her other prediction? She predicted that World War III and global conflict would happen, and she claimed that there is going to be major conflict involving nations like the United States, Russia, and China, and it will escalate. And some interpretations suggest a direct confrontation involving the Western powers. And then
that one's definitely happening.
It predicted an economic collapse. It suggests a cash crash and massive economic instability, deepening the chaos that was predicted to begin in 2025. How's her predictions so far? Are they feeling a little too familiar?
Yeah. There's a few. Yeah, there's quite a few that are pretty spot on.
Yep, and then another one is an environmental upheaval, devastating natural disasters. Environmental disasters are the key theme, which they were claiming that there was going to be devastating natural calamities, including massive earthquakes and floods and fires. Remember last year we had fires all over LA? Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah. We had the natural disaster there, so but then it also mentioned nature fighting back. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but have you guys heard of the bees that are attacking people all over Israel and attacking planes and are just like destroying things? There's bees, because during one of the bombings that happened, a bee camp, a very notorious and very, very big, he was a big part of saving the bees and making sure that the bees were taken care of for their area. And he ended up getting killed by one of those bombs. And so people believe that the bees are out for revenge because of their caretaker being killed by the bomb. And that's why they're going after that. So there's also... So they've already had locusts. They have bees swarming their planes, swarming their homes. And then after that, there were a bunch of crows. I don't know if you saw that there was a bunch of birds flying over there and just swarming over there. And then the other thing is, there was one more thing that my brain just shut down because I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so there's a couple things that are happening where Mother Nature is fighting back, and as we can tell from the bees and their reaction, it's also reaction that even scientists that have been studying bees are this is very unusual behavior for bees,
right,
very unusual behavior. So And then the last one that I wanted to mention of her predictions was AI and technological control. There's going to be a leap in artificial intelligence where AI could gain control over human life.
This is right.
So, those are just a couple of her predictions that I felt like I needed to remind some people because historically 80% of her predictions have happened. 80% of
That's
her
pretty good, yeah.
predictions have happened. And how many of the ones that I list seem very much like,
We don't need Skyneck.
Most of them, yeah.
Skyneck. We don't need
So-
Skyneck
We're-
or the
We don't need
BOW.
Skynet.
Yeah, or Resident Evil.
We don't need none of it.
We don't need the crossover of the century happening
No.
in real life. Like, please don't.
No. We
So-
don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it.
So that's
Robots can take me now. I don't care. Torture.
that's just what I wanted to bring up for the Ghoulish Bites, just to give you some of my ghoulish bites of thoughts inside of my brain.
Those are
So
great. Yeah.
you guys get to
Absolutely.
have little tidbits of how my brain is fucked up sometimes. But do you guys? Yeah.
Amazing brain.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting that we've got global conflict happening. The economy is not doing great. And then we've got Bigfoot hiding underground.
Yeah,
One
going
of the
underground,
predictions,
yeah.
I forgot to tell you, one of the predictions was that the confrontation that will lead, like, that will involve the Western powers will possibly affect and even end the Western world. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that anything with nukes, anything like that wouldn't be good either. Yeah.
So,
So
happy Ghoulish Bites.
fingers crossed, it's not that, guys.
Did you guys
Happy
want to
Ghoulish
add
Bites.
anything? Did you guys want to add anything to this? I just wanted to give you guys little morsels of thoughts and little things like I've been thinking about, and this is what's happening. So, with all that being said, we don't know what tomorrow brings, so I highly recommend you spend some quality time with the people you love, the people you care about. Make sure if you think about, hey, I should message the person, do it. Don't be like, I'll message them later. No, just do it at that moment in time, because
do it.
We do not know what tomorrow brings, and I feel like it's really, really important to start changing your perspective and changing your idea of what is more important, what is worth your time, what is valuable, and just change your perspective on that, and just start to value the people that you should value and not waste your time with people that don't, because you never know what tomorrow brings. And I know that everything seems scary right now. I'm scared, but I remain hopeful. I am a strong believer in Superman. I am a strong believer that, genuinely there are more good people in this world than there are bad. And I have hope. So, but I also have the clarity of enjoying each day and being making more authentic connections and feeding those authentic connections, because you never know what tomorrow brings. So
absolutely, even
Did you
outside
guys-
an apocalyptic or anything crazy like that, you don't know if you're gonna have the next day. So I completely agree with that.
yeah, so
Life is too short, and time
Mhm.
is moving. Seems like faster
Precious,
than ever.
man.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like yesterday was January, and tomorrow's about to be freaking June. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So make the most of each day. Did you guys want to add anything else to Ghoulish Bites? Did you guys have any input on what I've mentioned? Do you have anything you want to add to the Bigfoot migration, like your own sightings of Bigfoot walking down your road saying, hey, what's up? Or anything like that at all?
Unfortunately, I never got to see any of that. I wish.
the biggest feat I've seen walking is my
That'd be
own.
fucking awesome.
So I have
Mine are the opposite.
the,
Little doll feet.
Yeah. So,
the only thing,
Creepy little baby doll feet.
the only thing I could add is that I hope that none of this happens because like uh I try not to
mm,
like think about stuff like this, but seeing freaking like playing Resident Evil and then freaking seeing different sci-fi movies, sometimes you can help but wonder in the back of your mind, like, is this the direction that everything is gonna go in? You know, is it gonna be AI? Is it
Yeah.
gonna be cyborgs? Is it gonna be some type of biological BOWs? We have Nemesis walking around and Mr. X's.
so I just thought
Right.
that was some interesting information, some food for your thoughts, you guys. Uh, yeah, we don't know what the future holds, so embrace what you have right now, and you know,
Yep.
if you think of someone and feel like saying, I need to contact that person, I need to see how they're doing, don't wait, just do it. Like, and who
Yeah.
knows, you doing it, they might need you at that moment in time, and you didn't even know that you reaching out to them, and they're like, oh my gosh, I was this close to doing this, and you came, and so just, you never
True.
know. So, whenever you
True.
feel like you need to communicate with
Mhm.
someone, don't wait. Go
That's
ahead
fair.
and grab your phone and send them a message just to check in on them and say, hey, thinking about you, hope you're well, or something along those lines. But that's all
Yeah.
I've got to say. I talked enough of your ears out. Do you guys want to say anything else?
No, I think that's about it for me tonight.
All right.
Oh, hi, Jonathan.
Don't forget, we still have to do our outro. So after this, we'll do our outro. Hello, Jonathan.
Oh, of course.
I gotta
Always
do.
do the outro.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I can say is, yeah, like Daku is saying, live every day as if it's precious, because life is precious at the end of the day, regardless of what's happening in this world. Regardless of what crazy things happen in this world, focus on yourself, and because you don't know what role you play in this life. I know a lot of people, take the stance and ready to, protest or share thoughts.
I hope you guys had fun with the topics. I hope you enjoyed the very, very different
It was
topics.
Such a good time, guys.
Yeah, this was. I was excited
Thank
about
you for
this.
being here, Neon. Thank you, Daku, for doing all the hard work you do again, as always.
I appreciate y'all having me, and I normally get tired around this time because my sleep schedule has been just like jacked for the last couple of years.
Oh, it's totally understandable.
But no, I was listening. I was interested in all of the topics. The angels one, like hearing it from the outside after like reading about it in the Bible, because they do give descriptions of the seraphim and the thrones.
Yeah.
And the wheels with the eyes within the wheels.
Yeah, I really, like I said, I really love the throne angels. I just really love them. Like the throne angels and the seraphim. But there's just something about the throne angels I'm like, I just love their design.
I think the Seraphim's my favorite, for sure.
Oh, for sure. It's good too.
I feel like this would be beautiful to look at, but at the same time, if this was like seen in real life, survive.
Oh, you mean like if you saw it in the corner of your eye and it's just there with shadowy wings looking at you? Mama, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. We're wrapping it up actually, but thank you. You were playing some party animals. How was your games? We haven't done our outro yet.
No, catching a glimpse of it, yeah, I think it survived that. But looking at it head on, I feel like, yeah.
No, I didn't want to lose it. I just wanted it, Hello, Roddy. Yeah. I appreciate you so much. So let's go ahead and do our outro, and then we can chit chat a little bit after we do our outro. I just want to find a good way to cut the video, so let's cut it here. So I'm gonna do the first part. Neon, you're gonna do the middle part, and then Miso, you already know. All right, so I'm gonna say, "We'll stay thick." Neon's gonna say, and Miso's gonna be like, "You stay spooky." You guys got it? Got your lines?
All right,
you got
it.
your lines?
I'm ready.
Okay. You guys ready? Okay. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll stay thick.
And
you stay spooky.